So in terms of advance booking, we know, I mean, there was a word on the street that movies were going for almost 1,000 rupees a ticket as well. Take us through, in terms of advance booking, what kind of business had this movie made? What happens to that? And also, you know, when we talk about the actor turned politician, there seems to be so much controversy. First it was the rally in Karur and now the release of his film.
That's right, Divya, but I just spoke to some of my TVK sources and they are telling me this movie will be released as soon as possible.
There is no jurisdiction to the chairperson to review the movie again. The after குழுவினர், most of the குழுவினர் அந்த சென்சார் போர்டு குழுவினர் அவங்க பார்த்து ஏற்கனவே ஓகே பண்ணதுக்கு ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன், ஆஃப்டர் தி கிவிங் ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் there is no jurisdiction to the chairperson. Therefore set aside the order passed by the chairperson and directed to the issue certificate to the film. Therefore அது என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்கனாக்கா, உடனடியாக வந்து சர்டிஃபிகேட் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. கேவிஎன் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் தரப்பில் தாக்கல் செய்யப்பட்ட மனு அனுமதிக்கப்பட்டு சர்டிஃபிகேட் வழங்க உத்தரவிடப்பட்டுள்ளது. இது தமிழக மக்கள் மற்றும் ரசிகர்கள் அனைவரும் பெருந்திரளாக இன்று மகிழ்ச்சியாக கொண்டாடி வருகின்றனர் இந்த உத்தரவை கேட்டு. இரு தரப்பு வாதங்களையும் கேட்டு நீதிபதி சட்டப்படி there is no jurisdiction, அவருக்கு பவரே கிடையாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு
Joining us in order to get us details, ma'am, your reaction to the release. Finally, the actor turned politician's movie is getting a go-ahead.
Yeah, actually, this is a very welcome judgment from the Honorable High Court of Chennai. This is what we exactly said. Actually, this is very dangerous proceeding. Use the censor board as a political tool and blocking a movie. Movie is not about one person or one actor or one actress, one producer. It's like huge sum of amount invested in movies. Hundreds of people watching it. There are thousands of people are watching. Then in Pongal release in Tamil Nadu, anybody's movie Pongal release in Tamil Nadu is a huge celebration. Blocking a movie for a political reason is absolutely unacceptable. So that's what we were fighting the whole yesterday. So finally now High Court give a go ahead for the movie.
Jyotimani ma'am, Vasudha here. The court has also reprimanded CBFC in many ways, saying that, you know, the complaint seems to be an afterthought. What are your observations on what the court said with regard to CBFC processes?
I also believe so, because suddenly one member actually put up a dissent note. Then it went to the higher panel, but the higher panel is, I also served in the censor for few years, so I absolutely have an idea how it functions. When it's going to the higher board, they have only 1 or 2 days. They will suggest some cuts to the producer or then director. Then they will whether they will accept it or not accept it is up to the film the producer or the director. So then generally it will move on. This film also is not controversial on us, whatever I'm hearing from outside. So there is no need to stop this film and force the producer to the court and made the all the theatres have written the ticket amount. There is a huge loss. So I personally think this is a completely political vendetta of the BJP. They want to politically use the censor board as a tool like ED, CBI, Income Tax Department, which is quite often actually used against the political opponents, especially in Tamil Nadu. So this is one such occasion. This is very shocking, using a censor board as a weapon, political weapon to do bargaining.
You know, as you make that strong allegation, and there are leaders in your party who made that allegation, but along with that, madam, there seems to be the party speaking in multiple voice. How do you see Vijay itself from a political point of view in Tamil Nadu at the moment, and how do you see, why is this film so important from a political context? As a Congress MP, can you please explain what the Congress's position as far as the TVK as a political party is concerned?
See, TVK is a separate political party. What Congress thinks actually it doesn't matter. We are separate political party. TVK is a separate political party. We stood by we stood by a film. We stood by the film industry of Tamil Nadu. That doesn't mean that actually you can read in between the lines. So whatever the party line, it will be really explained by the our party in charge in Tamil Nadu. So whatever regarding the alliance or regarding the political parties affiliation, there is an official committee has been found by the Honorable Congress President. So they will carry forward the things. So the support for the Jana Nayagan movie doesn't directly relate to the political equations of the state.
Srinivasan, entertainment editor, with us as well. Thank you, ma'am, for speaking with us. What the court really has said is that once the first committee didn't find a problem or an issue, then how is it that there was another review in the matter in the first place, and that this is going to, be a very dangerous trend if there is an afterthought just before the release of a film is told? Your reaction?
Absolutely, because this is, a dangerous trend to set, especially before the release of such a big film, when an objection which has not been communicated to the producer but has been done internally was raised. And that is, as the judge says also, this seems like an afterthought rather than a direct objection on viewing the film. Now, having said that, Judge Asha has taken very strong view against this, and the verdict she has, announced is truly jubilant for Vijay fans. But now we also know that the CBFC has gone to the High Court appealing this decision of hers.
At the last point that you were making, Lata Veeraraghav here, what have you heard from the CBFC in terms of what their plan is? Do they plan to abide by the High Court order? Do they plan to challenge it? Obviously, there's an option of appeal as well, though our sources indicate that they may not go that way. What's also the procedural, the process that's left? How soon do you expect the film to hit the theatres? Because some TVK sources indicating that they may not want to miss this Pongal weekend.
Veera, the CBFC has already appeared. The Additional Solicitor General has already appeared, in front of the Chief Justice Srivastava for urgent hearing of the writ appeal. They've already approached the Madras, the Chief Justice. So they're already filing an appeal against the decision of Judge Asha. Now, meanwhile, there are also
let me get this right. Let me get this right. You're saying that the CBFC is already appealing against the order to issue certification for Jana Nayagan. That's the breaking news that you're giving us at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So they've already approached to the Chief Justice to hear the appeal against Judge Asha's decision. But meanwhile, what I've also spoken to some sources within the film industry who say that they are trying to figure out the earliest release date for the film and how soon the prints can be out, because ticket sales are very vital. So technically, January 10th is a possible date for the release of the film, but because there are business considerations at stake, the film could be delayed by a few days.
Venugopal, what are you picking up at the moment?
CBFC filing an appeal before division bench on Jana Nayagan. Lata, what does this mean for the future of Jana Nayagan? Because the Madras High Court has reprimanded the Censor Board, but the certification board has gone ahead and filed an appeal, is what we hear now.
Speaking with
the High Court, they're saying that the complaint that is been made in this particular regard seems to be an afterthought, and that is a very dangerous trend, and which is why the UA certification needs to be given to the film of the actor. Do remember the last film of the actor. We have Sam Daniel with us, we have Veeraraghav, and we also have Vasa joining us. Vasa joining us from the ground right outside the theatre. Vasa, take us through the kind of interest this film has garnered, given the fact this is going to be the last film, but also because of the delay of the film.
But what we hear right now is that while the Madras High Court seems to have cleared all decks for the early release of Jana Nayagan. CBFC is also not letting this go, is what we understand, Divya. CBFC has filed an appeal before the division bench, and CBFC has also mentioned this case before Madras High Court for urgent listing of their appeal, is what we understand. So the battle is going to go on. But as far as Madras High Court's the verdict that was reserved is concerned, it came out today, and the court has not just reprimanded CBFC for its processes, for even saying that the complaint against this movie seemed like an afterthought. It has also asked for its release. It has in fact asked for a US certificate, is what we understand. But remember that this battle is going to go on. Some more clarity is expected on when this movie can be released. What TVK sources are telling me is that they would go for an early release once the processes are completed, but the matter is still in the court and it's getting sorted out. While fans here, there is a certain sense of anxiety. You can just show, if I can ask my camera person to show, crowd is just building up little by little. There are more and more people coming here, and everybody is trying to make sense of when this movie is expected to be released. Remember, the original date was today. Today was when the movie was supposed to be released. That's why this theatre, Rohini Theatre, is all lit up with posters and banners of Vijay. And but with some more clarity expected, we can actually look at the future of this movie in just a few hours from now.